Rest on the back with the knees bent. Relax the body down into the floor and take a moment to arrive. Feeling steady beneath the feet. Sinking the back of the pelvis down. Relaxing the belly for now so the lower back is in its natural curve. Letting the breath naturally move in and out of the lungs, the ribs moving, however much they move. Broadening the shoulder blades, relaxing the shoulders. Relax all the way down to your fingertips and up to the top of the head. Feeling the back of the head drop down into the mat, relaxing the muscles of the jaw, temple, eyebrows, face soft. And then bringing the attention to the muscles of the inner core, the pelvic floor, and the transversus abdominis. Picture the tailbone, the sit bones, the pubic bone, forming those bony landmarks of the pelvic diamond. Inhale with that picture of the diamond. And exhale, gather the 4 points in towards the center, pulling towards the perineum and then lifting the perineum up towards the crown of the head. Maintain that and wrap your belt of the transversus around. Let the belt buckle low beneath the belly button. Then continue to breathe lightly in the top of the chest as you maintain that engagement in the pelvic floor and around the low torso. And then soften that effort. Relax completely. And prepare to do it again. Inhale, prepare for the pelvic floor. Exhale, draw the 4 points into the center. Lift the perineum towards the crown of the head. Wrap the drawstrings of the belt around your waist. And maintain a moment. Breathe lightly into the chest. And then release completely. Soften. One more time. Inhale, prepare for the inner core. And exhale, engage the pelvic floor, lift the perineum, wrap the belt of the transversus around. Now maintain. Bring the arms comfortably to the sides and maintaining the neutral spine. Inhale, arms float up. Re-engage all of that inner core work as you reach your arms back towards the floor behind you, keeping your natural lower back curve. Inhale, arms float up. At the exhale, we're going to take a little head lift, keeping the neutral lower back. Don't let the back flatten. Try not to let your pubic bone pull into the belly button now. Inhale, head down, arms up. And again, exhale, engage the inner core, keeping your neutral lower back. Inhale, arms float up. And with the exhale, again, we'll take a little head lift in neutral, chin towards the chest, drop the shoulders, hands outside the thighs. Inhale, head down, arms up. And stabilize again as you reach the arms back. And inhale, arms float up. And once again, take the little head lift. Now keep your head lift in place. Bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers. Elbows are opened out wide. Take an exhale and pull your front ribs down in a diagonal towards the opposite back pocket and imprint the back ribs down into the mat. Inhale there. And we're going to start the crazy fish as you exhale, side bend. Bring your left elbow towards your left hip, and inhale, come back to the center, and exhale, side bend the other way, right elbow to the right hip. Inhale to the center, pelvis should be still, exhale, side bend left, inhale, center, and exhale, side bend right. Keep the chest pointing straight up to the ceiling, one more each direction, exhale, side bend left, inhale, center, and exhale. Side bend to the right and inhale, center. Reset everything. Find your low core, your ribs knitting and imprinting. Let the back ribs reach down into the mat. Keep supporting your head with the back of the hands. And then as you exhale, we're going to raise the right foot up. And then stay and inhale. And exhale, reach your left elbow up and over towards the right knee. Then inhale, come back to the center. Lower the foot. Keep the pelvis steady. And raise the left leg up. Then pull on the diagonal, reach the right elbow towards the left knee. Inhale back to the center and lower the foot down. Good, keeping the pelvis steady. Right foot up and reach on the diagonal, left elbow to right knee. Come to the center and lower the foot. And return left foot up and reach the right elbow over the diagonal. Inhale, center, and release the foot. One more time. Right foot up and reach on the diagonal. Come to the center and lower the foot. And left foot up, reach on the diagonal. Inhale to the center and lower the foot. Release the head down. Take your arms straight up towards the ceiling and relax the shoulders. Pause a moment, release the abdominal work. Make some small, slow circles with your arms in the shoulder joints, just letting the humeral heads drop down into the sockets. Reverse the circles. And then steady your arms so that your hands are directly above your shoulders and your shoulders are dropped. Humeral heads deep into the sockets. Engage the inner core. Reach the ribs on the diagonal to the opposite back pockets. Imprint the back ribs and stabilize the pelvis and lower back to raise the right foot up. We're going to do a compound leg lift. Keep the right foot up. Keep imprinting with the back ribs and lift the left foot up. And then lower the right foot down. Keep the back ribs imprinting and lower the left foot down. Now start with the left foot. Imprint and bring the right foot up. And then the left foot down and the right foot down. And return to the right leg up. And then the left. Right down. The left down and start with the left. Imprint and bring the right up. Lower the left and the right. And then pause and relax. Hopefully when you relax, there's no change in the position of the lower back and pelvis. If you stabilize that whole time, you're right where you started the whole time. Keep the arms relaxed. We're going to set up for the pistons. Engage the inner core. Wrap the ribs around on the diagonals. Imprint. We're going to take the right foot up. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Imprint the back ribs. Lift the left foot up. And then dip the right foot down and bring it back up. Exhale. Dip the left foot down and bring it back up. As you lower down with the foot, be sure that the back ribs stay imprinted and the shoulders stay relaxed. One more set. Now, when you keep the arms right as they are, bring your knees in close to the chest until the lower back goes flat. Pause there, check that you're actually releasing the arms down into the shoulder joints. Pull the pubic bone to the belly button, and then we're going to make a circle with the knees staying together. Rock them over to the left, roll away, rock them over to the right, come back into the center. We're keeping the arms passive, and then reverse the circles. Rock over to the right, reach away, rock over to the left, and come back into the center. Nice and close with the knees to the chest. Reverse. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Scoop the belly in and reverse back to the second direction. Coming around one more time each way. Over to the left, reach it away. Over to the right and come to the center and reverse. And release to the center. We're going to take the feet up as high as the knees. Relax the arms down. Re-engage the inner core, knit and imprint, and lower the right foot. Keep it down this time. Lower the left foot. Pause and relax for a moment. And prepare for the 100. Bring the arms comfortably close to the body. Re-engage the inner core, the knitting and imprinting of the ribs. We're going to start with the left foot up first. Imprint and bring the right up. Press both palms down. Knit the ribs firmly together as you lift the head. Extend the legs, flatten the belly, and then as you exhale, 5 pulses with your arms, and inhale 5 pulses. Exhale for 5, and inhale. Drop the shoulders down towards the floor. Exhale for 5, and inhale. Exhale, and inhale. Chin in towards the chest. Exhale. Inhale. If your neck gets tired, put your head down. Exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, Inhale, one more set. And then head down, one hand to each knee. Take the hip circles, drop the knees out wide, and stir the legs around. Big passive movement around the hip joints, softening in the front of the hips, relaxing in the inner thighs when you feel that stretch. Reverse the circles. Then hug both knees into the chest, lengthen the lower back and the back of the neck. We're going to keep the back flat and extend the left leg out onto the floor. So pull the pubic bone to the belly button. As you use both hands, pull the right knee to the breastbone. Lengthen your left leg. Try to reach that thigh down so you're getting a stretch in the front of the left thigh. And then relax that. We're going to keep the right knee bent, but get the tailbone firmly down on the mat so your neutral lower back's in place again. Connect with the low core, the ribs knitting and imprinting. Extend the right leg straight up. Thumbs on the ribs, fingers on the hips. Keep the pelvis and ribs steady as you do 5 circles of the right leg, keeping the pelvis completely still. Circle one way. And then reverse, circle the other. Notice your left hip. Make sure it's still down the whole time. Left back ribs down. And then bring the right knee to the chest. And the left knee into join it. Pull both knees in close. Feel the lower back flatten. Pull the pubic bone to the belly button. Extend the right leg straight out onto the mat. Use both hands to pull the left knee to the breastbone. We're flattening the back, scooping the belly button to the spine, and lengthening through the front of the right leg. And then relax that squeeze until your tailbone comes back down. Find your neutral spine. Check back in with the inner core. And extend the left leg up with your neutral spine in place. Stabilize, thumbs on the ribs, fingers on the hips, and circle the left leg 5 times. Keep the pelvis still, keep the ribs steady. 5 times one way, and then reverse and go 5 the other. And then bring both knees into the chest. Hug them in. And let's drop both knees over to the left side. Relax the right shoulder. Feel the stretch up the right side of the body. And knees to the center. And then drop the knees over to the right. And stretch the left side of the body. Okay, come to the center, hug both knees in, and then keeping the feet off of the floor, return to a neutral spine with the feet as high as the knees. Find your neutral tabletop. We're going to go through the abdominal series. Set the pelvic floor, wrap the belt around, knit and imprint the ribs, lift the head. Bring both hands to one leg, extend the other leg out long, and then switch. Single leg stretch. I'm going to keep the front of the belly flattening through the oblique spine, your belly button broadening out towards your waist. Chin into the chest, elbows lifted high and wide. Go into the double leg stretch. Exhale, arms and legs away from the center. Inhale, come back around. Exhale, keep the back ribs imprinting as you stretch out. Inhale, come around. Do not flatten the back, just touch the knees gently. Exhale, reach away, and inhale back into the center. Exhale, lengthen away from the center and inhale, come back in one more time. Let's keep both legs straight and listen to the single straight leg. Good, give yourself a gentle pull. Nice hamstring stretch. Keep the elbows lifted, the chin into the chest. And then both legs straight up. Support your head with your hands. Anchor, double leg stretch. Both legs come down a little bit and go back up. Your concentration's on your lower back. No big arch forming in the lower back when the legs go down. Keep your neutral. And when you come back up, don't flatten, stay neutral. One more. Then bend the knees and bicycle the legs as you do your crisscross. Nice big circle. Leg reaches out high and goes down low. And bring the knees in, head down, relax the neck, and turn the head from side to side. Return to your neutral tabletop. Reset the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs. Lower the left foot. Keep your pelvis steady. Leave it down and bring the right leg down. Relax into neutral for a moment. Okay, let's turn to the left side. Send the legs out long. Feet slightly forward of the hips. Tilt your right hip forward. Right hand up on the waist or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Relax your neck and shoulders. Engage the inner core. Take your Oregon lift. Lift both legs up. And then lift the top leg and lower the bottom leg. And top up to the center, bottom down into the center. Lift and lower the bottom leg and lower and lift. Sorry, the top leg, then the bottom leg. Top up and down, bottom down and up. One more time. Now let's go forward and back. 5 with each leg. And to the center after you're done with 5 each direction. Circle the top leg. 5 times one way, reverse, and 5 times the other. Squeeze the inner thighs and work the feet. Flex them back, squeeze the toes. Point the toes, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex. Toes are open as you reach away. Squeeze the toes like you're grabbing and pull back. Open, reach, squeeze, and pull back. One last time. And relax down. Soften completely. And then bend at the knees. Keep the front of the thighs long. We're in a 0 degree hip flexion. Engage your inner core and take your Oregon lift. And then 10 times roll the right leg out in the socket. Keep the right hip point forward. Think of the right knee reaching far away from the crown of the head. After 10 there, and relax the core as we bend the knees, 45 degree hip flexion, feet underneath you and knees at the front of the mat. Soften your waist, keep the waist soft, engage your belt low around your hips. Make this really like a hip hugger. Engage the pelvic floor 10 times, rolling the leg out in the socket. Keep the right hip forward, pelvis should be completely still the whole time. After 5, relax completely. And bend a little bit more, 90 degree hip flexion, knees and feet at the front of the mat. We're still rolling the right hip forward. Relax at the waist, engage the pelvic floor and the belt, and do 10 more rotations here. Think of the right hip moving forward, the pelvis being totally still. The work should be in the right buttock. And when you're done, we're going to switch over to the other side. Lengthen out long on your right side. And bring the feet a little forward of the hips. Roll the top hip forward. Top hand on the waist or fingertips on the mat. Engage the inner core. Lift your organs up off the floor. Then lift both legs up. And then we'll raise the top leg. Bring it down. Lower the bottom leg and lift it up. Lift, top, lower, bottom. Top up and down, bottom down and up. Twice more. Squeeze to the center and 5 scissors each way. Now, even though your legs are making this big range of motion, your hips and your ribs should stay in the same relationship the whole time. You do not want the shoulders rocking back and forth to stabilize this. When you're done, return to the center. Circle the top leg 5 times each direction. Then squeezing your thighs together, flex the feet back, squeeze the toes. Point the feet, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, squeeze, point, fan, flex, and reverse it with the toes open. Reach and then squeeze and pull back. Open, reach, squeeze, and retract. Last one. Then release down. Keep your thighs right where they are. Bend at the knees. Engage the inner core and take your organ lift. Keep the left hip pressing forward. 10 extra rotations of the left leg in the socket, using the muscles in the left buttock to do the movement, using your belt muscles to stabilize the pelvis. When you're done, relax. So we just used the organ lift, and now we're not going to use it for the 2 remaining clamshell variations. Switch to the 45-degree flexion where your knees are forward and your feet are underneath you. Drop the left hip forward. Keep the waist soft. Engage the inner core. Feel the belt around the hips. And 10 times rotate the left leg out in the socket. The work should be in the left buttock, not in the right hip. And try to keep the waist soft and dropped. When you're done with 10, relax completely and then come to the final flexion, finding that 90-degree angle at the hip, knees and feet at the front of the mat, left hip forward. Keep the waist relaxed as you engage the inner core and 10 rotations. Left hip presses forward, the thigh rolls out in the socket. When you're done, we're going to turn onto the belly. Let's bring the arms like a cactus, a right angle at the elbow, and turn the head to one side. Relax. Engage the inner core, knit the ribs together, draw the shoulders down the back. As you inhale, lift the head and the left leg up, turn your head to the center. Exhale. Bend your left knee so your left heel comes toward your left sit bone. Inhale, straighten the left leg, lift the breastbone away from the foot, and then exhale, lower down. Turn your face over to the right, and reset the core, knit the ribs. Inhale, raise the chest, head, and right leg up. Exhale, bend at the right knee. Bring the heel towards the sit bone. Inhale, extend the right leg. See if you can keep your thigh lifted. Pull your ankle one way and your breastbone the other, your shoulders down the back. And then exhale, lower down, turn the face over to the left. Engage the core, knit the ribs. Inhale, raise the chest and the head and the left leg. Exhale, bend at the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg, pull the chest forward, reach the leg long, and exhale. Turn the head as you lower down to the right. Engage the inner core, knit the ribs. Raise the chest, head, and the right leg up. Keep the shoulders down the back. Exhale, bend the right knee. Heel reaching towards the sit bone. Inhale, straighten the leg, pull the chest forward. Exhale, lower down, reverse the head and look over to the left. We can do it one more time on each side. Re-anchor, lift the chest, head, and left leg up. And then bend that left knee. And extend the left leg. See if you can lift your thigh and keep your hip down. Keep your shoulders pulling down the back. And then lower. You're going to reverse the head to the right. Last one, anchor. Raise the chest, head, right leg up and bend at the knee. And reach the foot and the breastbone away from each other. And exhale, lower down. And we'll come up into Sphinx position. Elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Lift the breastbone up and forward. Pull the shoulders down the back. Press down into the forearms and then tuck your tail between your legs. Connect firmly between your belly button and your pubic bone. And then bend at the left knee and kick, kick. And then the right kick, kick. And keep alternating from side to side, keeping the pelvis still, the chest open, the shoulders drawn back, the pubic bone drawing towards the belly button. You should feel really connected in the lower back. When you're even from side to side, bring your hands together, interlace the fingers, and tuck that inside pinky, or the bottom pinky inside. Then tuck your toes under. We're going to prepare to go into a plank. Re-engage the inner core, knit the ribs. You want to feel that same pulling of the pubic bone to the breastbone that we did before. And then push your hips up off of the mat. Press the mat away with your forearms. Lengthen long from crown to heels. And lower back down. Let the chest lift up. And again, inner core, knit the ribs, connect pubic bone to belly button, press down into the forearms. Press the floor away with your elbows and forearms. Head and heels reaching away from each other. And then release down. Let the chest lift and open. One more time. Set the low core, knit the ribs, tuck the tail, press to the forearms, and lift up into your plank. Breathe and keep supporting. And then lower down. Now we're going to come up onto all fours. Breathe into the chest. Tuck your tail under, bend your elbows, bring your hips back to your heels. Take a moment there. And then back up to all fours. And we're going to stretch the hips. We'll bring the left knee forward between the hands. And then cross your left foot over the right thigh. So this is the pigeon in yoga. Reach back through the right leg. Lift up through the chest. Pull your pubic bone to your belly button. And then bend your arms and come forward. You could rest on your forearms. You could stack your fists up. Or rest your head on your hands, or down on the floor. Relax here for a moment. I'm going to sink the right hip down towards the floor, not to touch the floor, but to be on the same level as your left hip, as best you can picture that. The stretch should be in the left hip. Lift back up, bring the hands in line with the knee and open the chest. And we're going to go back to the child's pose. Bring the hips back to the heels. Elbows bend, relax and stretch the back. And then back up to all fours of side, the right knee forward between the hands. Cross the right foot over the left thigh. Slide your left foot away. Lift your chest up. And then lower down. Again, you can rest on the forearms. Or you could stack your fists. Or make a pillow with your hands. Or extend your arms straight out. Drop the left hip forward. Find a comfortable stretch in the right buttock. Relax the neck and shoulders. Breathe into the stretch. And then bring your hands in line with the knee and lift the chest. Open the front of the body for a moment. Then come back to all fours. We're going to tuck the toes and go into an inverted V. Yoga's downward facing dog. To tuck the toes under. Engage the low core. Knit your ribs around towards your back pockets and lift your hips up to the ceiling. push your hips as far from your hands as you can, and then one knee at a time. Bend, and then straighten, and then the other side. Stretching the heel of the straight leg down towards the mat, but keep pushing away from your hands so your sit bones are as far from your hands as they can be. Back to being nice and long and flat. And then we'll bring both knees down to the floor. Open the chest. Come up to stand tall on the knees. That was the hamstring stretch. Now we'll do a little front thigh stretch. Bring your left foot forward. So you're standing on your right knee with your left foot forward. The left ankle and knee in line. Find your core. Lengthen through the crown. Then you're going to tuck your tail under and feel the stretch come into the front right thigh. And then relax that. And again, tuck the tail under, feel the stretch in the front of the right thigh. And relax that. One more time. Tuck the tail. Stay for a moment this time, lengthen the front right thigh. And release. And come back onto standing on both knees. Gather the core and bring the right foot forward. Right ankle and knee in line. And then use your pelvic floor and then tuck the tail between the legs and lengthen the front of the left thigh. And release. Again, tuck the tail. Feel the stretch in the front left thigh. Keep your chest open. And release. One more time. And breathe for a moment there. And release. You're going to keep the right foot forward. If you can, hands free. Come up to standing. Line the feet up so the feet are parallel to each other. Find a point where your eyes can focus on one spot. Roll the arms out in the socket. Squeeze the shoulder blades gently together with the core supporting. We're going to raise the arms and lift the heels. Do a little balance practice. Keep your gaze steady. And then lower back down. Feel your ribs wrapping to the opposite back pockets. 2 more times. Gaze steady. Core supported. You want the pelvic floor, the belt, and the wrapping of the ribs coming up onto the balls of the feet. And lower back down. And one more time. Lift, keep the gaze steady. And last time. Lower down, hands to the back thighs, pull the belly button to the spine. Slide your hands down the backs of the legs, let your head hang, your arms dangle. Take a breath into the back. And then hands to the backs of the legs. Gather the low core. Slide the hands back up tall. Lift. Feel the feet evenly balanced on the floor, the crown of the head lifting to the ceiling, the shoulders relaxed. And there you are at your full height, and I'll leave you there. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day, and hopefully see you Saturday. Thanks. Bye-bye.